Hi everyone, it's Marcy Bessaker. I am here to show you the Prized Peony assembly. I want to make sure I'm live on my Facebook, or excuse me, my YouTube, and that you can hear me, and it looks like you can. So, welcome everybody and happy Sunday. I am looking at my comments on my phone. So if you see me looking over here, that's why I want to try and catch your comments. I hope everybody's doing really well today. So what I wanted to do is give it a couple minutes. I'm just a couple minutes early hopping on, trying to make sure my sound, everything is going okay. And it looks like everything is working fine. Please, hopefully you're signed into YouTube and you can comment. I'd love to hear from where you're from and how long have you been stamping, that kind of fun stuff. And I have a lot to show you today. Hi, Sherry. I have a lot to show you. So I had originally had one card scheduled. And then somebody had said that they weren't quite sure. New Zealand, my husband and I were just talking, Sylvia, about going back. We haven't been to New Zealand, but we've been to Australia, and we decided that we want to go up farther. We're celebrating 10 years next year, so we're thinking that might be where we might go. So I'm pretty excited about that because we were sad we didn't go. We were like, why didn't we do it? Why we should have stayed longer. But nice to have you. So I started one card. I had a plan for today. Then somebody had said that they were struggling with the new Prized Peony, this stamp set here, mostly with the dies on how to do the 3D. I'm getting a glare. There we go. And so I decided, well, I'm going to just try it and see if I could figure it out. And I did. And it took a little bit. It was different than something I've ever done before, and I've done a lot of layering and different types of stamps. So I thought, okay, I'm going to give it a try and see. Well, now I decided to do that one here live on YouTube. Once I'm done here, give me about like a half hour, and then I'm going to move over to Facebook, and my business page there is Marcy Bessaker Designs, and I will be showing you how to do these. It's a couple different techniques on here. And let me show you down here. Maybe you can see a little bit better. So these are a little bit of a different technique, couple of techniques on here that I had been wondering, I wonder if this will work. And so I'll be showing those over on YouTube today. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We have so much to do. So this is the card we're going to be looking at here. So I did this one yesterday, and it really does lay flat, you guys. It's really not that big. Now, I didn't layer anything up. I did pop this back up, and then there is some dimensionals within my flower, and I'll show you exactly what I did. But it really does not pop up that high. It's actually does a lot of layering on its own. It'll be perfect to go through the mail. So we're going to make one a little different than this. And let's get started. On page 82 and 83. So this is a little more like the one we did here on 82. And let me pull it up here. And you can see, hi Rose, thanks for coming. You can see that this is the card I'm going to do is a lot like this. I did change up today's card a little different than this card. Uh-oh, see, look at I'm losing a piece already. Be careful, you guys, for your little tiny leaf pieces. I lost a leaf like twice already and had to remake it, and then I found it, of course. So, okay, so let's get started. I'm going to set that aside. So there's a couple things you're going to need. You're going to need your prized, I say peony, some say peony, whatever. This is, oh, Margaret, that's a long ways away. Thank you for coming. So here, we use this for just the sentiments, okay? So we're just going to use the stamp set for this sentiment, so I'll go ahead and set that aside. We're going to use the Peony die set, and then I'll show you how these work and what they belong. When I first pulled this out, I was like, "Ooh, no wonder she was confused," because there is a lot going on here, but it's a lot easier than you think, okay? And then I used the Hippo and Friends. I'll be really honest, this set is super cute, and I do have grandkids, so it was eventually going to be a set that I wanted to purchase, okay? But once I saw all these labels in here, my friend and I, Sherry, go back and forth, peony, whatever, but I heard somebody say peony last night, and I'm like, see, I'm not all wrong. Somebody else is too. But I look at these labels, you guys. I just had to have these. I'm a label girl. I love it. Look how cute this is behind this, just popping up, and I loved it. So I had to get this for the labels alone, but the set is stinking cute, so we're good with that. So I'm going to set this aside for now, too. We don't need that right away. Oh, here's a tip, you guys. Whenever I pull out a die, like let's say I just pull this one out and I'm going to use my large die here, like I am today, I always put these back in like this. That way I know that there's something missing. And I'm really good. My room is a disaster, like every craft person I know, but I always try to put my dies and my stamps back when I'm done. Everything else can lay out. I can worry about it tomorrow. But I always try to put them back because I've had too many stick to the bottom of my Stamparatus and among other places, and I don't want to lose things. So anyway, just a helpful tip. I like to just turn it knowing that there's something missing that I need to put back. And if everything's in, I put it back like this. Even if I set it aside again to pick up, I know that I've got something missing out of there. All right, so what we're going to start with is the card base is 11 by 4.5. I tend to like the tent type cards or hot dog cards, whatever you want to call them. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to pull out a 4 by 5.5, and then I die cut on the sides. I used this here, this long one. And what I use is repositioning Scotch tape. It is the best thing I've ever started using. Once I saw this a few years ago on somebody's video, I just absolutely love it. I'll use it 1 or 2 times, and I stick a little piece on the side of my machine, and that's what I hold my dies down with. And you can reuse it. I've not gone through one roll yet, and it's been probably a couple years. So I love that. Love it, love it, love it. So anyway, I did one side, so it was cut at 4. I did one side very close to the edge, and then I turned it, and then just kind of kept in mind what I did on the edges here, which was like kind of like the half a circle type thing because it was even on both sides. And I did the other one. All right, once that is done, you're going to see, let me see if you can see here, kind of like a line right along here, which is the base of this, okay? So I don't know, let me get close and see if you can see. So you can kind of see a little bit, but there's a line that's right there. So I measured that, and that ends up being 3 inches. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my DSP that I chose. Okay, so I'm going to put this back. I've already cut that ahead of time on the sides there, so put this away. So I'm going to pull out my trimmer, and I'm going to cut it at 3. But let me back up in case you haven't seen all my other videos. I like to do what Kylie Bertrucci says, and if you love it, chop it. And I am using way more DSP, and this is my year for DSP. I've been saying this for like 3 years because I have so much. But I decided, okay, I'm going to love it. I'm going to chop it because, yes, I can buy more. And so I put it in here, and that way I can just kind of go through, pick out what I want, pull it out, and then you're just barely trimming a piece. You're not pulling out the whole 12 by 12. You're not trying to get the plastic and put the pieces back in, and it's a pain. And then I just put this here so I have my colors, and I just label the side. And then I just put them on a shelf, and it just is really, really helpful. Thanks, Margaret. Yeah, when she showed me that, I'm like, it's hard. Let me tell you, when I got this paper in the mail and I was like, yes, I cut them 4 by 6 because instead of 6 by 6, I didn't want all the extra pieces. Yes, I'm going to use them, but I kind of like the idea of the 4 by 6 so that I can cut this down, and I'm going to show you something right now. So we're going to cut this down to 3. It's hard. It is hard. When I first got it, I was like, oh no, I'm going to cut all this paper up. So I buy 2, one to cut, one to not, because there's times when you don't want it. Now I'm going to cut to 5.5 because I want it to go the full length of my card. Okay, so now this is going to fit in. Where is it? This is going to fit in the inside here of those little lines, so you don't even see those lines from the die. It's going to go a tad farther just because I guess my white was a little shorter, which is okay. I can cut that and fix that. That's not a big deal. I won't do it on here because you know how that goes. Then it's too short and too long. So I will take this and I will just use my big scissors. But look at this, you guys. Now I have this left over, so what are we going to do with this? We could either use the flower or the dark side, or either side, but the front is going to be dark. The peony is going to, or peony, whatever, is going to be on the front. I'm going to put it on my inside of my card. So now I'm just going to go ahead and cut this at 4. So this is how much I have left of my 4 by 6. And I don't throw these away, you guys. I can punch a flower out. I have a home for them right here. I can put this behind a sentiment. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff you can do with it. So I'm just going to put all my little pieces back there. And we wondered why we needed those wooden cases. I use them for everything. I put my adhesive in them. I also put my rhinestones and stuff in them. So these are always in my desk or right by me with my rhinestones and my adhesive. So, all right, so I'm going to go ahead, confirm that this is at a 4, and I'm just going to glue this now. Okay, here's my other new item, you guys. Let me pull this off here. I have my flowers cut out already, so we're just going to put those over here. So, see how the leaves just trying to get away from you? Okay, I am a liquid glue girl, but I have to say that the Stampin' seals are so nice. It is a bit of a learning curve if you're not used to them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out my, I don't know why I ever pulled out my paper. I'm going to pull out my little mat here, my silicone mat, and I'm going to go ahead and look at, you don't even know it's on, look at there, it's there, and it is sticky too. All right, so just, there we go. And I like the liquid because it gives you a little time to manipulate, but this is actually, I have had to pull this off a little bit, and it's been perfectly fine to do that. So I'm going to grab my big scissors because that's what I like to do my trimming like this with, because I just know they're going to go straight. So now my inside is done. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down too. Should do that while I'm here. And we're going to try and use the seal the whole time. Well, most of the whole time. I'll show you when we're not, because there is a point that I'm still going to be a liquid glue girl, and I'll show you that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this down here and get this all ready, and then we're going to get ready to do our flower. So while I'm doing this, I'm just going to put it between those two lines. Find your line. Just butt it up to the edge there. And there we go. Now my large scissors again. All right. And I'm going to set this aside. Now, I'm going to show you the dies and what dies are what, because it can be confusing. So when you look at your stamp set, you're going to know this goes with this one, this goes with here, and this goes here. All right. And then these two leaves go here. So that's the stamp set. Okay. Now, setting those aside, I made this for you here to look at. So we're going to do the large flower, the second layer, third layer, and the last one. This is your little flower in between. This is your leaves. And then these are kind of like your veins of your leaves. So this one goes here. This one goes here. And I do have a picture, you guys, and it will be up on my blog once I get this all posted. And that picture right there will be on my blog. So don't worry about doing screenshots and all that stuff. It will be there, okay? All right. So that's how the dies work. Now, the flowers or the leaves you'll see, I did one here for you. Let me put these back on so they don't go anywhere. Of course, I should have taken a picture how they were on here to begin with, but that's okay. We're gonna make this work. Oh, that doesn't go there. Okay, so these will go here. All right, so that's kind of how those dies work. So you're going to layer them up. So what I did is there's a couple things that you can do. You can do like a watercolor look. So you're going to die cut out all of your images in white, which on my blog too, there's going to be a picture of how I laid them all down on a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 sheet of paper, and you can cut them all at one time. You just want to be very careful that they don't move and overlap. Just be super careful because that'll ruin your dies. Okay, so now we have these little veins here. And I'm going to put my two leaves together so I don't lose these little pieces because that happens. So you can tell on these, I did do some, this is the soft sea foam paper. And what I did is I just swished a little on my craft paper, my craft mat, and then I just kind of got them wet and got them inky and set them aside. And then I did a little more with a brush and made these a little darker. I created these dark so you can see them. And I made them kind of a different color, but okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to put these on real quick. And I do use liquid glue for this, and I do have the fine point, but I'm not going to go pull it out right now because I already had this out. Unless this one's, I just used it, so I know it's there. I just don't want to squish it out, so let me find a piece of paper. All right, I just used it, so why is it doing all weird on me? All right, there we go. Now that's a lot. Okay, that's too much. Now that I finally got it working. All right. All right, so then you just kind of lay them right along the edge, you guys. It just goes along with the leaf. Oh, except that's the wrong leaf, I think. Where am I? Oh. Wrong side. There we go. All right, so there's one. That's why I did one ahead of time. All right, and you could use adhesive sheets with these little guys, but all right, so I'm going to let my leaves dry, set them aside. All right, Now for the flower. I'm going to put my dies back. We know how they'll walk away, right? All right. So now you've die cut out all your large flowers. And I'll worry about putting these on all correctly later because they do fit. All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your 4 pieces. So let me move this out of the way now. And this is the fun part. All right. Now I used glue dots for this because I wasn't quite sure what I was doing at first. I've lost a piece already. Oh, here it is. All right, so let me grab my glue dots. So this is your main piece. You're going to hold this like this, and they're going to crinkle up, and that's okay because that's what it makes it look like a flower anyway, right? So we're going to take the next piece. So what I did is I pulled in, this looks like the picture. So look at your picture, and you're looking for this second piece, or this piece right here. Let me get my pointer here. Let me get my, all right, you're looking for this piece. So when you look, you notice that this is the next piece. So you're going to take a glue dot and I put it on this little, the hump part right here on the bottom, okay? And now you're going to slide it in. It goes on the front, sorry. Put it on the front. You're going to slide it in the slit, and it lines up right there. See how the 2 lines are? Let me show you. See how this is here and this is? You're going to slide it in and line it right up with that piece right there. Okay? And now that's your second one. Now you're going to look at the next one here. So you're going to look at this one, which is this right here. This is what we're looking at right here. Okay? And again, has the lump there, which I've already put a glue dot inside. So we're going to slide it inside, turn it over, line those up. Can you guys see? Is everybody seeing okay? I know it's kind of, okay, so you're going to push that in again and line that up. Okay, so now that's 3 of them. Okay. Something looks like it didn't slide in right. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, then this one, same thing. You can kind of crinkle your flower because remember, it's, I mean, slide it in there, turn it over, bring that down, and you need a glue dot again. I'm going to put it right there on the back of that hump. Bring this around and line it up. All right, so there's your flower. And then what you want to do, which I did have one. Let me cut another one really quick because I have no idea where that little guy went. The little center of the flower. So I'm going to find some basic gray. here we go. For basic black. No, let me see. Basic gray, that's what we want. And it's this little guy here. I know I did like 3 extras yesterday, but I don't know where they went. You don't even want to know what time. This was really late last night when I was doing this. I'm not, what is that, Rose? All right. Okay, guys, and then I took a glue dot here. I'm not sure I would have gotten this. It took me a little bit. I was like, well, no wonder she was having an issue. Okay, so, and I don't have them, see, they're just with the glue dot right now, so they're not exactly perfect. So now, 1, 2, 3, this is the 4th one. You're going to go down and just add your little center. Just I want all my little pokies to show, but you want to kind of put them in. All right, so there's your flower. Now what I did, you're going to notice, is I took my dimensionals. So here's a little strip here. So what I did is I took my dimensionals, I took off the top part there. And you can do this after you have it assembled on your card, but just the back few, number 1, it holds it together. Number 2, it kind of pops it up a little bit. And so then I did another one. I just kind of put a few in there. And like I said, I'm hoping this is the right way, because I looked all over. I couldn't find a video or anything. I'm sure that it's coming. So I may see something and go, oh, well, I would have not done that. But for the time being, to me, this looked like it worked. I just copied the images. And I'm just going to poke those down there just to kind of give them a little lift. And it's not a lot. So this is where I'm going to use my adhesive. Now you can bend all those out when you're done. I kind of liked doing it with the water color kind of look, but this is also super pretty. So what I did next, I'll show you because I'm not done with that yet, is I'm going to take the Hippo and Friends. I'm going to take this, and here I wrote sentiment and embossed on it. So I'm going to cut out this really quick. And of course I like adding textures and layers and different things. So of course I'm going to emboss that too. So if you missed the beginning of the video, I'm going to be hopping over to Facebook in just a bit and show you how to do those cards. So they'll be really fun. They've got some different techniques on them that I wanted to share. All right, so now the okay, this, you guys, the Dainty Diamonds embossing folder is just the coolest thing. So I'm just going to line it up kind of so that diamonds all kind of look even. All right. All right, so these are all good. I'm actually going to use this second from the smallest for my sentiment. So let me get my white paper in here. We'll do the sentiment while we're right here. And I'm going to use let's do this one. Oh, no sticker. So this is how I do my stickers, you guys. I know other people do them differently, but I like to do it like this because I've tried the pulling off the sticker and laying your stamp down on here, and it just didn't come out very straight for me. So I like to face it down on the block. You're going to pull off your little sticker parts. Make sure your stamp is right, and then I like to just kind of slowly get closer and closer until you know it's right on there. And that's how I like to do it. And I usually just do them as I go. If I'm needing them, then I do it. All right, so I want to do it in the basic gray because I liked the subtleness of all the colors on the card. So we're going to use basic gray. I like to just kind of pounce all over so you get a good inky spot. And I'm looking at my die here. I like to hold it just for a bit just to make sure that get your color transferred okay. Okay. The chamois, you guys, if you don't have a chamois, they work so well. I cut mine in half. I only need a little bit. All right. Okay, so now this is going to die cut. So did you guys understand? Do you have any questions about the assembly of the flower? Where's my tape? It just kind of goes all in. You know, just look at the picture in the book and just look at what the image, what the curves and stuff are on it, and then you'll know that that's your next one. All right, so here we go. See, I'm saving my tape. It lasts a long time. All right, got everything on here. All right, we're gonna, now the other spot where I really liked using the glue is definitely to adhere this down. So what I do is I like to just put it straight down the middle, and then you're going to put a little back here because that last flap is that first main piece. And remember, we did the glue dots all to the front of the bottom and not in the back. We do have some foam dimensionals up here, but nothing on the bottom on the back. So oh, thanks, Sherry. Yeah, the other way was not working for me. I was like, okay, I don't like that. All right, I like the triangles going this way, so I'm just going to adhere that. Now remember, the glue is just kind of down the middle because we need to add our leaves still. So I'm going to go ahead and take our card base. Oh, look at that. It's a little strong. All right, there's that. I do not pop this up. Now, normally I would because it's white on white, and I would pop it up, but I just don't want to be popping a lot up and make this too difficult of a card to ship. So we're going to go ahead and just use our Stampin' seal. Let's see, I missed this part. There we go. And this. It kind of, to me, I think I just have to get used to how to start it, but it does just roll right off, which is nice. That's why I like the liquid glue too, you guys. You could just use that eraser and erase all your little mistakes and stuff that squishes out the side. All right, so I'm adhering it from the bottom. I can kind of get an idea of the center. And to me, that's going to look more off than this would. This is going to go up here. And again, I'm going to use liquid because I've already got my flower on there. And I think I popped it up last time, but I'm not going to this time. I just don't want it to be too much I want the flower to be the main pop-up item. So I'm going to add that. And now we're going to add dimensionals on our sentiment, of course. Oh, you guys, wait till you see the gems that go with this set. They are so amazing. All right, so I'm going to add this. With no nails, these are like, sometimes I just feel like I'm very challenged. All right, and I'm just going to, I think I'm going to put that right here. All right, so we're going to do that. We are going to add a bow. All right, so I'm just going to do like a double, I'll do a triple bow. So I just do a figure 8 2, 3 times and leave a little bit to hang. Cross over. I know I've showed this multiple times. Come back and then back through. Pull it towards you because this is where your other tail is. Slide it off and there you go. There's your bow. Now I'm going to get a glue dot. And I like to get 2 just because I want it. I am going to tuck it right here. I'm just going to tuck a little, not a lot. And like I said, you guys can glue these down as much as you want. I think one glue dot and then the adhesive in the back to hold them is more than enough. Okay, so there's that. And you can see these have been crinkly because I've been really working with them. Hi, Kathy, welcome. It will be posted back up on my YouTube, and I'm also going to post it on my blog, you guys. Let me just share that with you really quick while I'm pulling out the stones and such. I would really appreciate it if you guys would subscribe to my blog. That'd be so awesome. And of course, that's my hostess code for June. And so on my blog, anything I do on YouTube or Facebook eventually will be up on my blog once it gets uploaded. And on my YouTube, you guys, if you could subscribe and like, I'd appreciate it. If you've learned something, liked something, want to see future items, that'd be awesome. You'll get notified when I do lives. I'm going to go ahead and adhere the inside. And of course, sharing, you guys, that is such a huge, helpful thing. If you guys could share, that'd be awesome. All right, let's see. All right, let me get back to my screen here. Here's the picture, and it's going to be on my blog on how I die cut everything. Thanks, Kathy. How I did everything all at one time when I did the watercoloring. Obviously, when you're doing the different colors, if you choose to do the different colors, then that's what you're going to do instead of all at one time. You'll do per color. So there's the inside again. Use our other little piece of paper. Look at these stones, you guys. These are called elegant faceted gems. Let me see. That does not even do it justice. Let me get some paper under here so if you can see better. These are so pretty. These are like a clear, but they're faceted, so you've got all the little marks on them, so they really glisten. These are kind of like a hazy, cloudy, pale pink. Same thing with the cut on them. This is like a pearl iridescent-y something inside. Really pretty. I don't know if you can see them very well. Really, really pretty. These are gorgeous. So these are all listed below on my YouTube. And again, they'll be on my blog too. Let's see. I'm going to go with the pink this time because we did a lot of the gray. And I always like to do a large and a smaller one. And then I'm going to do a smaller one. I'm going to do it here. I don't usually do it on the label things too much. I really don't do them on the sentiment too much, but I do like it there because I do want to see it. So, and another hint, I like to open mine from the side, you guys. To me, it's just easier. You don't have to worry with that sticky stuff at the top. And so I just open mine from the side. And for the most part, if I wasn't showing these to you guys, I would just slide them out just enough to pull off what I want. So I could just, you know, go in and pull it off. And oh, Kathy, they're so pretty. I love them. I bought a few of them. I'm going to be buying a few more. They're so pretty. Okay, guys, so that is the card, and hopefully it wasn't too difficult to put together. And this rose looks a little, or this flower looks a little worn because I've put this together 3 or 4 times to show